Welcome to another episode of Cinco Squad. Let's get it. We're back again with our brand new setup. It is go time. Grandpa Jay's in the house.
You know it.
Mikey's still on vacation because he couldn't handle the first show, so he's just still on vacation. So.
Finally, he's writing love letters and putting them in bottles, and maybe they might end up here in Florida sometime soon. We don't know. Yes.
It was I'm not sure when he's coming back, but you know what? We'll see it probably next week, maybe. But we had a full week of sports. You got Jaxson Dart potentially being the starting quarterback over Russell Wilson. You have Danny Dimes potentially starting over Anthony Richardson.
Yep.
We have a lot to talk about tonight because there's a lot going on this past weekend. Let's start it off though. That's one way to open up the Prem League with a nice little W, right? A little bit of honoring the late, what's his name?
Diego Jota.
Yes.
Yeah, it got a little shaky there. Liverpool took control of the match early, and then all of a sudden, Bournemouth came storming back. But then, of course, Mo Salah, as always, puts it away. And with that goal, he's now tied. He's in the top 5 all-time in the Prem goal scorers. He's tied for 4th right now, and I have a feeling he will be flying up that chart. Probably end up 2nd all-time. I don't know if he'll catch Alan Shearer, but he is going to catch Wayne Rooney at some point. So, of course, happy to see our guy doing his thing, securing the victory. 4-2. We got the dub. That's all we needed to do. Starting the season off on the right foot.
So, for you non-soccer fans or football, Jamie, explain a little bit about how long the season is and what goes into a full season for soccer. Because I don't think people give the credit that soccer deserves, because I think you told me it's August to May.
Yeah, it's a long season. And they play one game a week at the start of the season, and then each country has their own domestic cup. So every country is going to have their premier division. And in the big ones, there's 20 teams. They'll play each other each home and away. So that's 19 home, 19 away, 38 total games. In between all of those games, which always take place on the weekend when the season starts, and then they become midweek games, there's the domestic cup. There's sponsors cups. Then they start playing European League if they're good enough. So you're talking like when we get to after the winter break, January, these really good club teams are playing 2-3 games a week, which is why you have to have depth. And this is why you see a lot of teams when they're flirting with what they call a treble. They can win their league. They can win their domestic cup. They can win a European League cup. Your depth starts to get thin when you're playing that much soccer. And it's not easy to play that much soccer, especially when it's cold and rainy and wet.
But I think the biggest thing with soccer, though, is they do have like one of those like in-season tournaments, like you were just mentioning, like a few of those tournaments that kind of breaks it up, and then sometimes
it's knockout too. So when you're out, you're out.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and then you get that break right between. Then they have a little bit of a break in between their season, right?
Yeah, so unless they're playing like, it depends. If there's a summer tournament going on like the World Cup next year, there's no break. These guys are going straight into the World Cup, and when you're out, maybe you have a month off or something.
This is like no other if you don't know the World Cup. But it's, I have the utmost respect for soccer players. It's just funny how a lot of people go, how do you have a big ass net and don't score? And
I know.
It's not that easy. It's not
chess.
that easy.
It really is chess out there. These goalkeepers are incredible athletes. Their reaction times better than almost anybody but probably an NHL hockey keeper. Other than that, I don't know who can keep up with these guys in terms of how they react to balls that these guys are kicking so fast. It's a blur. When you go to the games, you see the speed, and you really respect it even more when you're at the game. I don't think you respect it as much when you see it on TV.
Well, I think some games that you have to respect right now is the quarterback coming back from overseas into America is the quarterback play of the New York Giants.
Yeah.
How could we ever say that? When were we going to never say that? I think Mike might
having a deep quarterback.
Hold on, and we're having this conversation without our resident Giant fan.
In honor of Mikey.
In honor of Mikey.
We shall lead Monday with Giants talk.
Yes, because leave them in the beginning of the week. Towards the end of the week, they're not going to. Actually, you know what I saw? I saw a ChatGPT sim of what the playoffs would be, right? Yeah. And it has the Eagles playing the Giants in the first round and winning.
Yeah.
And going up against the Niners in the second round.
Okay. So the easy schedule works for ChatGPT. The Niners
I guess
get by it.
But they have the Bills losing to the Niners. I think it was like 56-24 or something like that.
What?
Like a complete ass looking. So 2 terrible Super Bowls apparently.
They didn't think that somehow that 37 drumming yesterday counted for what the future would be like for the Bills. Which, in all honesty, like you look at a game like that, you're excited if you're on one side of the ball, and the other side is a Bills fans are like, well, we played nobody. We don't give a crap.
Right.
So,
yeah. So Jaxson Dart is throwing darts.
Yeah.
He's looking confident in the pocket.
Yes, he is.
I don't watch a lot of preseason, and the reason being is because you're not going to really get what you normally should get. Like, right? Like, you're going to get mediocre. I mean, look at the Bills yesterday. They gave up 530 yards to the Bears.
Yeah.
And they only had 125 yards. So you're not really going to get the real test. I like the what I've been watching most is the inter squad scrimmages and how he's dealt with pressure, even though he's not getting touched. I still think it's Russell's job, and rightfully so.
For how long?
But rightfully so, it should be, because it's not a contending year, right? You're not trying to contend right now. So as far as Jaxson Dart, get your reps, learn from a pro. As much as everyone wants to shit on Russell Wilson, you have to learn from a pro.
Yeah, I agree with that. I also feel like, did Pittsburgh not give us a glimpse into at some point things are just going to get stagnant and he's not going to be the guy? So let's say that they do flirt with starting the year off much better off than they thought, right? Because they have a terribly rough schedule. And they're 500, but Russ is struggling. At that point, you gamble, don't you? Like 5-6 games into the season, maybe at the halfway point?
Yeah, I'm looking up the stats right now. I mean, I think you would have to if they go 5-1, right? If they go 5-1,
that's impossible with their schedule. If you pull up their first 6 games, I'm gonna do it right now. It's almost impossible.
Yeah, right here. That's what I was trying to pull up for you.
Yeah.
Hitting everything on the keyboard but myself. But if they go 5-1 to start the season, you can't not.
You're winning games, and you're not going to tell your starter, "Hey, by the way, we should be 6-0, so we're going to put Dart in so he can be perfect in the next 6 games." Right. No, not even in a perfect universe for Jaxson Dart does that ever happen.
I mean, they start off with the Commanders, Cowboys, Chiefs, Chargers, Saints.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a gauntlet.
It's a gauntlet.
That's a gauntlet.
The Saints might be more like they're 1-5 instead of 5-1. And that's what I'm saying. At that point, are you like, hey, let's experiment with Dart right now. Let's see if we have what we thought we had. And it translates out of preseason into the actual game.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm looking at him like, yeah, that's pretty good. They're not going to go 5-1. But I think with Russell Wilson, what his job is to come in this year and be the guy that's going to teach him how to be a pro. Yep. And then Jameis is just going to be there for laughs.
Insurance.
Yeah. I mean, Jameis is what everyone thinks he is, right? He can go in and win you. He can go throw you 24 touchdowns a season, 30 touchdowns a season. But he's going to give you 24 interceptions.
He'll give you about 24 interceptions. And for some reason, the good Lord ain't answering his prayers yet. So maybe it's going to happen now.
My thing is, with someone like that, you saw what happened with Daniel Jones. They rushed him into being a starter. Do you rush Jaxson, even if he looks okay against second and third string defense?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if you're patient and you're management and you say this is our rebuild year to really see what we have, you wait till about week 14. I think you're starting for the last month of the season.
Yeah.
At that point, you have some momentum going into the offseason. And maybe teams are backing off a bit, but maybe that's good for his confidence, right? Yeah. Some teams might sit their starters. He feels good about himself. He really played better than average, and maybe the Giants feel comfortable that they have their starter. I wouldn't rush it. Tell you what, though, I think there's more of a controversy out in LA right now because we don't know what's going on with Matthew Stafford. Is it a neck thing? Is it a back thing? Is it a shoulder thing? We know it's been a shoulder thing for a while. And Stetson Bennett the fourth, who, by the way, is 27 years old, plays the whole game yesterday. 40 passing attempts. Goes 28 for 40, 324 yards, 3 tutties, and an interception.
Wow.
Gets the ball to 10 different receivers. One of them has 109 yards. And now all of a sudden, LA, they're thinking, maybe we made a good choice in taking this guy. Because I heard Drew Brees talking a long time ago on the DP show, and they were asking him, what credits where you think a rookie quarterback can give you what you need? He goes, he probably needs about 40 to 50 solid starts, and that includes his college career if he's playing in a high-tier conference. So if he has a solid 40 starts, and you see in those 40 starts he can win you games, and he's doing things on the field that you want a starting quarterback to do, that's probably the body of work that you need. Well, Stetson Bennett played a lot of big games, so he's up for big games. I feel like the Rams may have gambled in the 4th round where they probably could have gone somewhere else and gotten themselves exactly what they needed, which is someone to come in for Stafford. And if the kid's ready, I mean, he's not like he's a 21-year-old, he's 27.
Yeah, and when you look at Stetson Bennett, I mean, he is the epitome of hard work. He was a walk-on.
Yep.
He was a walk-on at Georgia.
Kind of like Brady
and he just basically just worked his ass off. Obviously, he was not the starter this season. I forget who the starter was. The start against Clemson, and he got hurt.
Yeah.
But he gets hurt.
When Beck came in?
No, Stetson came in.
Stetson came in? Yeah.
Beck wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
Stetson comes in, wins the job because the number one's hurt. And then he just takes the bull by the horns and is so cool, calm, and collective. Mm-hmm. Goes ahead and potentially gets a Heisman and then wins a national championship outright. Now, granted, that Georgia team could have beaten.
The defense was like
anybody,
the Baltimore
right?
Ravens defense.
It was unreal, but he was making some good passes. He wasn't losing games.
Yep.
He was learning how to be in a big conference, big games.
Yep.
So to DP's point, or Drew Brees' point, it's the truth. Like, when you have that type of composure and that type of fight in you, that, hey, I'm just going to keep working. And then, I call Sean McVay probably the second best coach in the NFL.
Yep.
Nick Sirianni's number one. Obviously, everyone knows that. And then,
well, if that's the case, then he's number three because I knew he's too clearly.
But you have Stetson Bennett learning from a guy who went to Georgia, number one, and is not looking to retire probably for the next 2 or 3 years. So you give yourself 2 to 3 years to learn the playbook, learn the system. And Sean McVay must see something because he's been in the league for 2 to 3 years now.
Yeah.
So he must see something with him, and he's a smart coach that he knows he's going to put him in there, and he's got weapons around him. So, I know Stafford's going to start the season because he was out at practice today. He was out running routes with the ones, and realistically, if you got Matthew Stafford on your roster and he's good to go, he's going to go.
But
they're not going to rush him. They're not going to rush him.
The numbers were by far way down from what we can expect from a Matthew Stafford. But how about that dog? Stafford handing the ball off to Stetson, maybe. So that's a dog connection there. Speaking about a dog, are you as enamored with Brock as I am right now? Because
Brock who?
What?
Lesnar?
Yeah, no.
Brock Lesnar! Oh, no, that's John Cena. John Cena! Yo, I watched this video the other day of this woman. It was like a prank call on a radio station. Like, she's like, hello, how's it going? And he's like, all you hear is, oh, you're going to see John Cena at SummerSlam. It's like, and then she hangs up and he keeps calling her. And she goes, hello? He goes, oh. He just keeps doing it. But go ahead. Brock Birdie?
Brock Bowers. Are you as enamored with him right now? Do you see a tight end that has better game than him in the league right now?
Yeah, there is. Brock Bowers is a great tight end, but I'm still not putting him above Travis George.
And George.
Or
that's it.
Travis George.
You go in with Hawk?
Hawk had that breakout season, but he's kind of like plateaued.
And you going with Laporta?
Consistent, but not Brock Bowers.
You're not going
with
Musgrave.
But here's the thing, right? You're naming guys that have other weapons on their team, right?
I get that, but I'm just talking about.
I'm wondering what happened
to athleticism.
Yes,
I'm putting him up there as I don't know if there's a tight end that has more freakish athleticism, and maybe even a player with his size right now.
And shout out to Brock. Going bald. We're gonna see bald Brock this year. That's
right. That's some dedication right there.
Ballsy bald Brock. Say that 3 times
Just
fast.
label you ballsy bald Brock. You heard it here first.
Next up, Mikey. Ballsy balls Mike.
No chance. We're talking him into that. Mikey, if you're listening up, the shine is coming soon, boy.
We might do a lot of
my cousin did it before his 40th. Bald, looking just like his dad in the pictures, but looking sharp, though. Looking sharp.
But yes, Brock Bowers is going to be. He's going to be a great fantasy pick for anybody. It's almost like getting a wide receiver 1. It is getting a wide receiver 1. It's going to be Geno's number 1 target. I still couldn't put him above George or Travis.
Jacoby's been tearing it up too, so I feel like the two of them may have a little more than people thought in terms of good numbers here, especially if the rookie Gamble works out with Genty, and he runs the ball the way they
expect.
expect.
Look really good.
It did look really good. And maybe that's the team. You know, people are always wondering who the team is going to be this year because the Raiders are in the back end of the power rankings right now. I think they're in the deep 20s, like around 25 or 26. So if there's a team looking in from the outside right now with Pete Carroll as their head coach who's been there and done this already, and you guys are wanting to put a futures bet maybe on a team that might creep into the playoffs, I know they're in a tough division. We know that. They have to play the Chiefs twice. They have to play an improved Chargers team twice. They have to play the Broncos twice. But Pete Carroll knows what he's doing, guys. And Pete Carroll's done this already.
I mean, he's done this with a guy that's been looked at in Russell Wilson. I mean, they picked him out of Wisconsin.
That's right.
And then won a Super Bowl 2 years later.
Yeah, back Super Bowls. Won on, lost one.
And won one and lost one. Should have won two.
Should have won two.
Give the beast the ball.
Give him the ball.
See what you did, Pete Carroll? You scarred Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to do. He went back to Oakland.
Yeah.
Then had to go back to Seattle. Now he's a photographer. Now you got him jumping on a plane. You see what you did to him? You just give him the ball.
Change the whole trajectory of his life if you give him the ball in the goal line.
He still dreams about that. He gets 3 hours of sleep. Probably from all those damn Skittles he eats.
Yeah, no shit.
So if you had to give your top 5 tight ends right now in the league, who would it be?
Well, Brock's in the top 5 for sure.
So go from 5 to 1.
Laporta 5. I want to say Kittle's 4, but he has to be 3 because it's just because he can't stay on the field. Like his game 2, but he hasn't been able to stay on the field. So Kittle's 3, Brock 2, Travis 1, and Hawk 4. So Laporta, Hawk.
You went way out
Kittles,
of fucking order.
Laporta, Hawk, Kittles, Brock, Kelsey. 5 to 1.
He went 5, 3, 2, 4.
Yeah,
1.
because I'm trying to rank them, and I'm like, no, that's not 4. Let me put him where I think he should be. Do you agree with that list or not?
Yeah, I mean, I think Dallas Goedert's got to be looked at at some point. Who are
we leaving out? There has to be someone we're leaving out here.
We are definitely leaving out someone.
What's one boy's name in Arizona? McBride?
No, leaving out
McBride in Arizona. You want to put him in there?
Knox.
Nah, Knox hasn't done anything to make me think he's top 5 right now. He is not being the guy. He's still not the guy. Everybody else I mentioned is the guy.
Yeah,
there's nobody else sharing targets with him. He's the guy. If somebody's coming in, it's because they're hurt.
I mean, Goddard. How isn't Goddard looked at? He's not the guy on the team, but he's also when AJ and Devontae are now.
He's dependable. So I left Mark Andrews off that list.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
All because of the catch?
Well, I wouldn't say because of that. I'm more impressed.
Sorry, Fonz. I know
we're in the moment, more impressed by the other guys right now. But yeah, I definitely left Mark Andrews off that list.
I think we're scarring Fonz right now.
Yeah, Fonz
ain't coming back on the show.
With nothing.
That's all Fonz season is sleep right now. Make sure you guys tune in next week, though. We got a full show of people coming on. We got Herb and Raj coming out on Monday, talk SEC football, opening college football week. We got Shane, our buddy Shane, who works for Miami. He's going to talk about the ticket sales for the Notre Dame Miami game. He's going to talk about everything to do with tickets. So make sure you may even give you some scoops on how to maybe get some good tickets in your local.
Discount double check.
Well, I don't know about that. You're not giving no discounts. But if you're going to Miami games, make sure you reach out to Shane Moreland after that. And then we got on Thursday, we got an exciting one. We have Fonz coming on to talk about the new NFL rival jerseys. So make sure you guys are tuning into that. But, think about the rivals. I mean, the Patriots are looking pretty solid as a team.
Yep. I mean, we expected that though, right? The two teams with the biggest turnarounds. Really good. Pats in the AFC and then the Niners in the NFC because how much worse they can be that schedule. But you have to figure they just they speak a lot about leadership meaning something to men, and when you come in as a leader of men, knowing the championship culture. You and the owner already have a great relationship, so there's 100% trust there. Yeah. He just puts his hands up and says, do your thing. That makes your job so much easier. And how can these men not do everything for their coach who's, for the 3rd time in the middle of a freaking scuffle, on the ground, trying to break players up, in pads and helmets, and he's in there like a dog getting ready to just fight for his players.
The other thing with Vrabel too that he gives is he's not afraid to like call guys out too. I watched this video like 3 or 4 times already, and it's him calling out, "Hey, who's been in the weight room in the offseason?" And he calls out I think defensive lineman or offensive lineman, and he's like, "All right," he does the steps and he starts pushing on him. And Vrabel's a big guy. I mean, obviously he was could be a Hall of Famer. Is he a Hall of Famer?
I don't know if he's got it.
I don't think so, but I think with him it's like. They have that much respect. He's won championships in that uniform. He understands what it means to be a Patriot. But the team looks good. I mean, obviously, I don't take preseason really into consideration, but you have an unsung hero in Travion Henderson from Buckeyes, Ohio State Buckeyes. I know Trey's happy about that. I mean, he runs a 100-yard kickback in the first preseason game. And it looked really, really good. I mean, the Patriots could contend. I mean, then you have the fall off there in the Dolphins, who no one's talking about.
Their defense is going to be abysmal this year.
Their whole team's going to be abysmal. And, you know, it's not really – I mean, personally, like, people are like, well, why wouldn't they trade Tyreek Hill? No one wants Tyreek Hill. No one wants all his mess. No one wants all his bullshit.
I'm surprised a team like the Niners wouldn't just say, you know what, F it. Let's just sign him on a 1-year deal. We need somebody.
But they need to trade for him, though. That's the problem. And it's a lot of money. And they're taking it. They already took on a lot of money with signing Ayuk. And
Brock.
And, well, have they signed Brock yet? They signed him an extension? Okay, I didn't see that. But
when we were ranking the quarterbacks, he said he was getting 51.5.
That's right.
Yep.
What was that list again?
The top 10 highest paid quarterbacks per year.
So if you can guess out there who number 2 is. Number 1 is Dak Prescott.
Yeah, Dak's up there at 60. And then 4 quarterbacks are tied for second.
So we'll make that a little bit of a mystery. So who can you guess is the 4 quarterbacks tied for second in the NFL? So, but as we kind of keep this, you know, championship talk, we got to talk about our boy Scottie Scheffler. Scottie Scheffler
There's only one man standing at the end with his club.
Tina and I were talking about this here the other day, and it's just truly amazing the way he's just. I mean, he's just nonchalant with it. Like Tiger was nonchalant, but he was also like
Tiger was the poster child, right?
He was like Jordan almost in a sense,
full of emotion. Always can give you a highlight. Like there wasn't one tournament where there's not some highlight.
Where he's fist pumping or something. Yeah.
Right? And the camera is almost ready for it at all moments. Scottie is Mr. Consistency. He's just, and you might call him boring, but you know what? Boring wins, especially in golf, because your consistency, meaning your confidence in your game, week in and week out, it never fluctuates.
Yeah.
You never hear them talking about, oh, Scottie seems to have fallen off with this or that. The guy can find his game like that. He's a gamer on freaking Sunday. So if you're a gamer in the final round, there's no way. I mean, as soon as we saw it, first hole, as soon as he said the guys in the lead, as soon as he bogeyed that first hole, we looked at each other and we were like, that's it.
Yeah.
And everybody kind of knew that.
And it's like he's now gained that respect where he's got if he's in the final group on a Sunday, no matter what tournament it is, you pretty much lost.
Yeah. If I'm live betting, I'm going with Scottie.
So the FedEx Cup Championship is this weekend at East Lake. And new format this year where Scottie will not start at 10 under. Everyone's playing an even field, so everyone gets a chance. So it's anybody's game to win.
Sort of.
In a way. But East Lake's not an easy course. It's a very difficult course, and you look at a guy like Rory who's won it twice there or won it a couple times there. You look at a guy like Xander, Robert McIntyre, Russell Henley. They're all playing really good golf.
Russell Henley's playing good this weekend.
And he made the Ryder Cup team. And there's still some spots left. What I see from this is that the USA is going to dominate the Ryder Cup. Because Rory may not even – I mean, I don't even know if Rory's playing in it.
I mean, until we know who's playing – for the European team, but you're probably right. Most of the American guys are playing great golf right now.
They're playing really good golf. And going into the East Lake, I think Scottie has a really good chance to win, obviously. I mean, he's just hitting the ball so pure. I mean, going into that major at the Open, he had one bad hole on hole 14 where he parred. He parred.
Shitty hole.
By hitting his drive into the bunker. That's why he parred. So, I mean, with him, what other athlete can you mirror to his game right now in the
That's
sports?
a great question. Almost where like there's no flash. It reminds me of Tim Duncan.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? Where
That's what I
like
was
you
thinking
get the
too.
comparison of like a guy who has 28 points and like 15 rebounds, but no highlights, but he dominated the game.
Yeah.
Right? I guess someone else like that where it was more simple domination. You know, people think Barry Sanders had a flashy career.
No, he did not.
He had big runs where he'd run through people, but he just chipped.
The media made it flashy.
Maybe Emmitt Smith's a good one too. Emmitt Smith just chipped and chipped and chipped and chipped and chipped. Always, never did anything that was highlight worthy, but he dominated a lot of the games that he played.
Yeah. I mean, he almost reminds me of my boy Jalen.
Yeah.
Jalen's cool, calm, and collected.
Sometimes Jalen when he put the fling on that thing, you can flick that 50
yards.
Like
his little gritty.
Yeah. He has that little gritty going. He definitely had
I didn't say it tonight. Go Birds. Let's go.
Oh, damn it. There we go. I have to hear it at least once.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Next.
So, talking about a little bit of a sensitive topic. Not really, but we're talking about the WNBA. They denied their, 400% increase that they were going to get in pay. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
So just if you guys didn't hear it, the collective bargaining agreement would have been guaranteed we're going to increase the average salary by 400%, which basically means that if you were making $250,000, which is what the highest players are making, you're guaranteed $1 million. And they said, no way, Jose. All the other major leagues, they're sharing. It's a 50-50 share based on revenue from TV contracts and whatever else is bringing revenue into the league. And so they're taking this huge gamble saying, we're getting paid 9.6%. It's under 10% right now, that revenue. We want more. I don't know what number they're going after. It can't be 50%, but I guess they're going after as close to as 50% as they can get. And I don't think it's a good move. I think they need to guarantee the players on the lower end a little more money. It increases the quality of the game. These women now have money at their disposal. It's not just your average salary, where they can now hire trainers and they can do things to make their game better. And you increase the quality of the game. So I think the top ladies right now are maybe being a little bit selfish because they're saying, well, we're the ones that are bringing all the money in. And rightfully so. It's the top 5-6 ladies in the game that are doing that. Yeah. But at the same time, you got to think about the quality of the overall game and how to make sure a woman isn't thinking about working 2 jobs that only gets paid $60,000 to be a professional basketball player, so she can't really focus on being just a basketball player.
Well, I think more of it is like they don't want to go overseas anymore.
Yeah.
Or when they're on their off season, and I get that, right? Yes. You don't want to go.
That's a big part of it too.
Especially when you have a family and everything like that. But here's the thing: to your point,
But if you took the deal, you have to.
But
that's what I'm saying.
But some of them would though. Even if you like, a lot of these people don't live in the same live in their cities. They're gonna have to if someone lives on LA and they play for the Sparks, they can't survive off of $150,000 a year there. You can't survive. You can barely survive in Tampa, where we live right now.
Yeah, so
at $100,000 a year.
So move out to somewhere else. But I think a lot of it.
But that's also that's
easier. There's some inconvenience in that. Yeah. But you don't have to live in LA. I mean, I was just out there. You can go down closer to the coast and be like an hour and a half away.
California in general is expensive.
Yeah.
I get where they're going with the mindset of I want everyone to have a pay structure where you're not going to be at the NBA's level right now. They generate a lot of money. And I think to your point, there should be some pride behind it that you ladies have taken the game and grown it so much that now we have a new team in Golden State Valkyries.
Yep.
We have more teams adding in every single year. We have Philadelphia coming.
Yep.
I think
Toronto. Are they expanding into Toronto? I know there's 2 or 3 teams. Yeah.
So it's I don't know what else. Rome wasn't built in a day, right?
Correct.
And I know that that's not what any of these WNBA women want to hear, but it's the truth. It wasn't built in a day, and it's taking time, but you guys are making leaps and bounds right now, and I totally respect it. You know your worth, and you know what you want, and I totally respect it because if we're looking at the other side, if the men were doing that, we're always like, yeah, pay the players.
Exactly.
And I'm for that, pay the players, right? But I also think it's also like, all right, well, like you said, the 12th woman on the bench is sitting there like, well,
I can do it 250 instead of 65.
45,000 a year versus 250 is a huge jump for me. I'm pretty good with that. But at the end of the day, it goes back to what LeBron did for the NBA. LeBron had to go and take and be demanding of a $60 million or $70 million.
Chris Paul was more instrumental than LeBron.
But with LeBron too, like he had to take those, and he kept taking those high contracts because guys like J.R. Smith later in his career were getting like maybe 8 to 10 million, and you're like, how's he getting 8 to 10 million, right? So it's like, I get it and I understand it, but I also am like,
they're taking a united stance. They're playing strong ball. I hope it doesn't backfire on them. I hope the WNBA realize the value of their game is really in this, the former rookie class. And hey, Paige Buchers right now is balling out. I know they didn't play a good team this weekend. We're talking about 28-12, thinking only Caitlin can put in numbers like that. Paige was Caitlin until she hurt her knee.
Paige has been a pro for 3 years.
Paige was Caitlin before she hurt her knee, and then Caitlin came in and pretty much stole the limelight, and Paige couldn't get it back from her.
Caitlin, the thing with difference between Caitlin and Paige is Paige is the better player overall. Caitlin's an amazing three-point shooter.
Well, she's a good creator too, because remember she has the most.
Paige can defend. Paige can take the ball to the hoop. Paige can shoot the three. Paige can lead the team, can come off the ball, come off the screen. I'm not saying Caitlin can't. She's developing that in her game. But the biggest thing at Iowa, what was her problem? She couldn't defend. She's kind of like the Steph Curry.
So Caitlin's Steph.
Paige is LeBron.
And Paige is LeBron.
There was a stat that showed Paige's numbers, and she's like averaging almost like 25 or 26 points a game or something like that. Something crazy, right? And everyone's like so shocked about it. She's been a professional for like 4 or 5 years now. She's been playing at a very high level. Yeah, unfortunately, she tore her ACL, I think, twice. And that's unfortunate. But she's been the best player in college basketball. If she's healthy, UConn probably wins 4 national titles, probably back-to-back.
At least 3. South Carolina may have been tough for one of those seasons where they had a bunch of pros as well.
So I think, when you look at it, Paige is a better player, and it's not surprising to see her the way she is, right?
You agree with us? You think Paige is the most dominant woman in WNBA? Bubba thinks so.
We got breaking news. Here's Bubba. Where's the Bubba cam? Come on up, Bubba. Go up.
Come talk to us about Paige. Come here. Come here, guy. You can make it. Come on. You can make it. Come here. Good boy. Oh, I'm sorry.
He might whimper, but
I'm sorry.
That's because Jamie doesn't know his own strength. Welcome to the Bubba Show.
Bubba is back once again.
See, we're a different type of podcast. This ain't ESPN, Fox Sports. We love dogs. We love animals, so why not? Yes. Lick your midsection. Good job, Bubba.
This guy. You can't do that on camera, bro. If I bring you up here, you have to have some kind of decency.
Hi, Grandpa Jay. Hi, Uncle Jay. How are you? But yes, Paige, I think, is one of the best players in the league, and I think in about 3 or 4 years, we're going to definitely see her take that round. I saw a really nasty highlight of Kelsey Plum. She was walking into her hotel or something, and there were some fans outside with some cards. And I think they were grown men. And she's like, "Isn't this embarrassing? Isn't this embarrassing?" And I really want to see the whole clip because we only caught that part. I don't know what entitled that.
They have to be heckling her or doing something, right?
Sometimes fans can be too much. You guys can be way too much. I'm being straight up.
Case in point.
But
what's been happening in the league?
Right? What league?
About the people raining dildos on the court.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous.
And it keeps happening. And obviously, the big question is, how does it get into the stadium? And use your imagination as you will. But
I don't want to know.
It's not going to stop. And then Sophia Cunningham went and put out the dare of all dares, where it's like, now you're going to make people want to do it more. You can't tweet something out saying
that goes back to what we're not talking about that right now. It's like, I'm not talking about that. Like, talking about the fact that they looked like true, fans that were just asking for an autograph, and for her to call them out, it's like, you want your game to grow, but you have to be willing to give these autographs and give these people, your fans, what you want.
Unless obviously they're being, absolutely out of line, and it's not really. They realize that they're trying to take the mick out of her, or it's all in jest and it's not for real. Because they have people that could take it to that length as well, right?
There are people that take it too far. I mean, we had that Caitlin Clark stalker go to jail for like 5 years. But speaking about. I don't even know how to transition this topic into the Brewers, but let's just move on. I mean, Jamie's talking about dildos. We don't even know what's going on. The Brew Crew, we're gonna wrap everything up with the Brew Crew, and the Brewers are, I think they're 22 or 23-4 since the All-Star break. They are the best team in baseball, next to, where's Mike when we need him?
Next to the Dodgers.
No, they're not actually. They are overall next to Toronto, Detroit, and Philadelphia.
Oh, wow.
So the Brew Crew is playing well, and it's not a surprise because over the last 3 to 4 years, they've just been acquiring players.
Yep.
And it's not been a big abundance of players. It's been, okay, I'll grab you, and I'll grab you. Okay, I'll grab a bundle of you, and I'll grab a bundle of you, and then just sign them to these deals. And you don't realize, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, shit, they got an all-star roster.
Yeah.
And
they have that young kid right now pitching throwing 102 on average to start the game. Here's the thing, right? You look at a team like that, you say, well, I always look at two things. There's runs scored and runs against to see, is there balance or are they one-sided? Right now, they are miles ahead of everybody with the differential between those two categories. The only team that has scored more runs than them is the Dodgers, who scored one more. And the only teams that have given up less runs, I think, are the Rangers and the Padres, I think. Yeah. So you're talking at the top of the league in both categories. That's how you win a lot of baseball games. Like you said, they've been slowly acquiring players, and it's worked out. Kind of like Golden State, right? They drafted the right players. It's working out. They brought in guys to complement the roster. They knew who their superstars were. They fed them in the ball, and everybody else kind of just said, we'll do our job. Kind of seems like the Brewers are building something special here. Do you think it's going to translate? Because the other two teams that were on this same war path after the All-Star break, be it the Cubs and the Dodgers once upon a time, lost in the World Series. So can the Brewers make it out of the NL? Can they even get to the World Series?
That's the biggest thing, right? They made it to the World Series. So they did. I mean, you made it to the biggest frame. So I always say it's tough going into the playoffs, especially as a number one seed, because what happens is, I don't know if it's changed or not, but I don't believe the one seed plays in the wild card round.
Nope.
And now you get a week off.
Yeah, teams have momentum.
And for me, it's like, would you rather be the team with a week off? It's almost like the NFL.
Only if my starter had to rest his arm. Like there was something where it's like, I know my number one would do great with like.
But even so, like you're playing good baseball and you end the season on a very hot note, and then all of a sudden you come to a complete halt for a week and a half. You let the guys go wherever, and then you sit there and you're like, okay, what do you do? I mean. That's why sometimes
same thing in the NFL.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah. Sometimes in the NFL, I don't even like the Eagles getting a number one seed, because if they come into the second game hot, playing very well, it always bodes well.
But it used to be the 1 and 2 that had to bye, right? So now it's only the one that suffers that getting cold, and especially if they rested everybody in week 17 and
that's
week 18.
That's what I said. The 1 seed. That's what I said. The 1 seed is a gift and a curse, because you get those 2 weeks off. But if you have championship DNA, I think this Brewers team has played okay in the playoffs. They've kind of melted. They melted to the Mets last year. They just could never get anything going.
The bats are hot.
I'm holding my breath on them, because I don't know what's going to come of them in the playoffs, who they're going to get, what wild card team they're going to get if they get to that point. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I really don't. What do you think?
I got a stump for you. I think the Brewers are the real deal. I watched them a couple times on this 14-game win streak. They're fighting. They're fighters. They fight, and I love that. They remind me of the Rays teams. When it's like they can play small ball, they can play big ball. They'll do whatever it takes to win the game. When teams show you that they can win in any way, it means to me that they're prepared to win in any way. And in the playoffs, you got to be prepared to win either way. If you watched the World Series last year, the big bats came to bat at the right time. And had it not been for 1 or 2 players for the Dodgers, the Yankees are probably winning the championship. But those guys had the big bats at the right time. The Brewers have balance. They have balance on the mound, and they can hit. All right. Little ad lib for you right here. So I know you guys might miss a little stump. So who is the only team this season to not get swept in a series? There's only one baseball team that has not been swept in any series so far this season.
The Yankees.
Can you name that team?
The Yankees.
I'll give you 2 more tries. The Yankees is not correct.
Do I get questions?
You want to use a lifeline?
I want to use a lifeline.
Go ahead. What's your lifeline?
NL or AL?
NL.
The Rockies?
You remember the Rockies couldn't even win a series. No, they got swept a lot, not the Rockies. So the only team that has not been swept in a series this season. Last chance.
San Diego?
Good. I would have guessed San Diego too. The answer will make you'll be surprised. It's the Cincinnati Reds.
That's not surprising because they've been playing good baseball all year.
Yeah.
All year they've been playing good baseball.
Terry Francona's there now, right?
Yeah, I mean they got a good team, a gritty team, a Terry Francona type team, and yeah, I'm not surprised by that because of who's leading the charge in that.
The last time they said it happened was when the Reds were like the big red machine, and they only did it for like 30-something series in a row. I think they're on like 40 or their 41st series now, and they still haven't been swept.
So, I mean, I think the Brewers are going to – I don't see them making it out of the playoffs.
Because they can't beat the Dodgers?
No, I just don't see – I mean, they didn't even play the Dodgers last year. They played the Mets.
No, I'm just saying that's probably who they're going to end up playing in the NLCS if
they get there. Yeah. They didn't get there last year, and they were the second best team in the NL. So it's like, yeah, they can make it. Don't be a regular season hero. That's what I always say. And I look at it as if you can have this great season, but if you don't have a ring on your finger at the end of the year, it's a failure.
I guess that's what it is.
That's what I look at it.
Well, you guys heard it right here. Your Monday Seco Squad, quote of the day. If you don't have that ring on your finger at the end of the season, you failed. So, if you're not supposed to,
we got a show tomorrow, 8:20. Make sure you guys are tuning into Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. We're going to be live here again tomorrow night. Again, Mikey will choose not to join us. He's on a payout, right? Like I think he's taking his.
Yeah.
We're not paying him enough. He's doing a strike. He's pouting. It's all a thing. But he'll be back here next week. Hopefully, if we pay him.
Bubba will be here.
Bubba will be here. So make sure you guys are tuning into the socials at Cinco Squad Pod 05. Love all the engagement. Hit that subscribe button. Get us up to 1,000 followers on YouTube. Tell your friends. Come on out. If you want to be a guest on the show, hit us up in our DMs. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. But we got one more week until football.
That's right.
One more week. So
that's right. And it starts on Wednesday night next week, right? Isn't it all week on Thursday night? So make sure you guys tuning into socials. We'll be here. We'll see you guys here tomorrow night on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. See you guys.